Good evening, parents of A2. My name is Mr. Bradshaw. I hope you're all doing okay and are staying safe at home through this tough time of COVID. We're going to be looking at the A2 English program for grade 2 for this September 2021. Okay, so let's get started. I've been teaching for over 12 years. This will be my third year at Xingming Elementary School. And I've taught all ages from 2-year-olds to adults. So I have a lot of understanding of different expectations and general abilities of different ages, and how to deal with each situation. With also working in a variety of schools for a variety of years, that's also helped me understand kind of the mindset of most students, of where they'll be, kind of what their workload is at school, and if they go to cram schools and bushy bands. So, I do have an understanding, and I understand that giving them too much homework can be a burden, but giving the right amount will help push them uh, forward in learning more English. And knowing all this, I can put these years of experience into practice and really help your kids improve. And I do believe that kids should have fun when learning English, but with a level of respect for classmates and teachers alike. So, when we play games and activities centered around the English language and what they need to learn, I do think they have to have fun doing it, but not being too mean or not taking it too far. Because having fun when they're learning English does take away the pressure and the burden of them thinking, oh, this is English, it's difficult. If they have fun, they generally forget about kind of um, that English is a second language and English is much more difficult. Where in actual fact, if they kind of have fun with it, they'll have a better experience with it. And if they have a better experience, it means they'll probably want to learn more and improve their own English abilities. So I do believe that very firmly. Okay, so the course, let's have a look. So my bilingual homeroom. Okay, so obviously I'm in room 202. You can contact me through my email. This is my line. I'm also part of the line group, and my blog right there. So you'll see in the week that everything will be laid out on Monday, and then each day I will also lay out what we've done in class and what the homework is. It will be amended if there are anything that do change, but you will generally get a whole layout of what I'll be teaching every week. Okay, so when you line, you can contact me between 7:50 and 7 p.m. Monday to Friday. If it's very urgent, by all means, contact me later or at the weekends. There's the communication book, so you're more than welcome to write notes. You can also make an appointment if you'd like to see me in person, but at the moment, COVID, it's a little bit more difficult. Or you can email me. Also, you can also line Jenny, who's the homeroom teacher for 202, the Chinese homeroom teacher. So, if you have any other questions, but you're not very comfortable with speaking English, by all means, you can message her or message your own homeroom if you're from 203 or 204. Message that Chinese homeroom teacher, and they'll get in contact with me, and I can then talk to you that way. Okay, so let's look at the content curriculum. So we've got some books. So Reading Street 1.4 to 1.5, you've got the two up there. Then we have the Reading Street Volume 1.2 Reader's Writing Notebook. This is important for them to practice their writing, really, learn what they've learned from the Reading Street and other grammar, and we'll go through that in class. So I'll never expect them to do this really for homework unless we have more lockdown procedures and there's more online teaching, then some of it will be needed to be done at home. However, while schools are open, everything will be done in class, and obviously corrections. So we'll also have Phonics B. So here, it's a new phonics book, and this will be working on their long vowels and the short vowels in different blends. So we'll be focused on that, and that'll be done in class. we have our English writing bubble book. So this book is generally predominantly used for homework. Okay, so any homework or extra homework, it'll be done on this. And homework is given to their students on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in the bubble book. Okay, and then you've got the communication book, which is signed every day. And again, if you have any questions, by all means, contact me through there if need be. Then we also have related worksheets. So related worksheets are maybe, well, generally they'll be on Thursday. However, there will be some worksheets which I will do during the other days of the week if they need extra help. Also, it'll be done in their review week. So they'll get more review worksheets to help them get ready for their big exams. Okay, so read along. This is the extra homework that I've assigned um, in last week. Okay, and this is a just a small amount of work where during the week they get a book or two to read for the entire week. So it's not like they just have the weekend; they have the entire week to read it at their leisure, read it again if they're not too sure, and if they have any questions about what the word means or what part of the story means, they're more than welcome to ask me. I'm more than happy to help. But it's something that you might want to do together at home. They can read to you. You could ask some questions. It's just something kind of light-hearted, but then something extra to do. As well as at the end of the weekend, uh, on Saturday and Sunday, it's just one, two, three, four, five, six little kind of questions that they need to answer. So it's to kind of double check that the students have actually read the book and just not say, "Oh, I've got a book," and then ignore it. I do want them to read it, even if they only read it a couple of times, and then try and answer the questions. Okay? Okay, so what to expect from class? My expectations. So I expect participation. Some kids will ask more often, some kids won't. I will always also ask students who don't participate as much to try and answer some questions because there are some students who are very shy, and I understand that. But I would like them to try and practice as much. And when it comes to participation, that is in class, but also at break times. They're more than welcome to come up to me and talk to me, and they've been doing that for the last few days. Where some of them ask me about the hamsters, and some of them ask me about how homework, and I talk to them as well during break time. So it really is participation in and outside of class. So all day kind of English with me when they have the time. And then frequently asked questions. So I encourage students to ask me questions, whether it's about the weekend, whether how I'm feeling, also anything that they don't understand. So, if we're in class and I've explained it a few times and they're still not too sure, I can then kind of redirect or kind of change how I explain it. Or later on, when kids are kind of doing the writing, I can talk to that student, one on one, give him my full attention or her my full attention, and really explain it. Then I expect all classwork to be completed. So when we do the writing, read the writer's notebook, and when we do the phonics, I would like all that work to be completed. And it is done on the whiteboard, it is shown on the whiteboard, and I give them time in class. Um, so if they're not too sure what to do again, they're more than welcome to ask me, and I do go around and check to make sure it's kind of been, done, completed. Homework, please to be handed on time. Generally in the morning, I normally say after period 1 or 2 is when I would like all the homework. So it gives me time throughout the day to get it marked and return to them by the end of the day. If students have forgotten their homework, that is okay. They won't get punished for that. However, I will ask them during break times and lunchtime to make up the homework. So if they forgot to hand in, generally it's their spelling or review sheet. If they've forgotten that, I'll say you have 50 minutes, you have 10 minutes, lunchtime. Please rewrite these words. I can then check it, and if they forgot the worksheet or they lost it, I'll simply give them a new one. Also, corrections I believe are very important because if students don't do the corrections, they don't learn from their mistakes, and that is the general understanding of learning. How we learn is you make a mistake, you see where you went wrong, you do the correction, and then you learn from that. That's how we progress. So I encourage all students to write the corrections because it will hopefully over a longer period of time help them write more carefully if it's spelling, whether it's making sentences that, oh, it goes like this and not like that. And so it helps them to understand the English a little bit more, okay? And then to follow the class rules. So always follow the class rules. There's not that many of them. There's only six. It's like wear a mask, sit nicely, raise your hand to speak, be nice to others, speak English, okay? Very simple rules just to help them kind of have a controlled environment where they can still have fun, but then still learn and understand what's going on in class. And then the last thing is to have fun. I want the kids to have fun, have a nice time to make them feel more relaxed. Because if they laugh and they joke and they have fun, that means they're happy. And when they're happy, they'll enjoy what they're doing more. Where if they're unhappy or if they don't understand, they feel like, oh, this is so stressful, I don't want to do it. And then that makes it more difficult because they already have the mindset, oh, English class, I don't like it. So at least having fun in class is always good. Okay, so marking evaluations. So monthly exams. So this is done every month. The exams 70% listening, 20 all 10, and then we got grammar, which is done by Miss Anne. Daily English 40%. So that's a collection of their weekly vocabulary quiz by level, the chapter unit test, everyday English, so the effort, the homework completion, all that kind of stuff, homework completeness, neatness, effort, and then their class behavior. Have they prepared? Have they been attentive? Have they followed class rules? So all of these kind of things go into the daily English because the students could get 100 on the exam, 100 listening, 100 all, but if they don't ever say anything in class and they're very lazy with their homework or it's very messy, that might make their grade go down a little bit. Okay, so they might not get the 100. Okay, so even in class, they have to try hard. Okay, so and then here, weekly schedule curriculum. So normally I do the art reading street and vocabulary on Mondays, as well as the whole communication book. Tuesday is reading street, so kind of just reviewing the story, making sure they can read the words okay and they have a better understanding. Wednesday we'll have science class in the morning, and then we'll have our RS and phonics later in the morning, and then we'll have our experience class in the afternoon, and that is done by level. That is done by Homeroom site. And then Thursday, we'll do RS and RWN, so our Reader's Writer's Notebook. Friday, we'll do our Reader's Writer's Notebook review and quiz and test. And all on the side, you can see all the things I have, okay? And then expectations, we have daily corrections and English participation. Okay, so what can you guys do at home to really help is be involved at school. So any kind of extra worksheets that they're given, or like the read along, trying, ask them questions about it, see if they enjoy it, and then when they get the next book, if they really like it, they get something similar, or if they want to try something different. I have a variety of different books they can read. Talk about school. So ask your kid in English if you can, how was your day at school? What did you do? Okay, who do you talk to? What did you learn? Try and use more open questions instead of just yes, no questions. Get them to talk about what they did at school. And it doesn't necessarily have to be an English class. You could ask them, oh, what did you do in PE class? And if you can do it in English, that helps too, because it helps them use English outside of the classroom too. Okay, so review weekend. So at the weekends or in the evenings, if you'd have time, please help them kind of reread the story. If they have a question and maybe you know the answer, that's great. If you're not too sure, you can line me and I can let you know what the answer is. Okay, independence. So sometimes let the kid have their own time to read and spend time on their English with no distractions. Okay, let them do the reading, and then once they're finished, they have questions, then let them answer. Let them do things by themselves. Okay, and then be happy. So have a positive attitude towards English. Um, that'll help them, and then frequently ask questions. So always, again, ask me as many questions as you want. I'm always open. I very rarely ignore messages or miss them. So let me know and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay? And that's it. If you have any further questions, please line me, email me, or message Jenny or the other homeroom teachers, Chinese homeroom teachers, to ask me. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening, and I hope to see you in the parent-teacher conference if possible. Bye bye.